Thank you very much. It is 7 o'clock, so I would like to call to order this meeting of the Planning Advisory Committee for the Town of St. Andrews. We're here in the W.C. O'Neill Arena Complex in the council chambers. Looking around the table, everyone is here today. A special welcome to Mr. Spear and Ms. Hartford, an in-person, a rare in-person visit. So welcome to our meeting. We all have our agenda in front of us. And so if you would like to make a motion to adopt that agenda. Thank you. And seconded by Ms. Mercier. Thank you very much. Any discussion, additions? And if not, if you're ready for the question, all those in favor of adopting the agenda, please signify by saying aye. None opposed. So that is our agenda for the evening. Thank you. And as we get started, we recognize that we are on the unceded traditional territory of the Peskotomuhkati people, and welcome to our meeting. Looking for any declarations of conflict of interest if they exist at this time. I don't see anyone. Thank you very much. Confirmation of minutes. We have in front of us way back in May, our minutes from May 21st. If we've all had a chance to review, if there's no questions, I would entertain a motion to adopt these minutes. Thanks, Mr. Kerr. Is there a seconder? Mr. Simmons, thank you very much. And if there's no further discussion, I'll call the question. All those in favor of adopting the minutes from May 21st, please signify by saying aye. Aye, and none opposed. Those minutes are adopted. Thank you very much. Moving through our agenda, we have no presentations, no delegations, no zoning applications tonight. We have a couple of variance applications. This first one is PAC 250706. This is a variance application. Am I in the right? Yes, I am. Variance application for 99 Glebe Road in Chamcook for Russel Craig. PID 012309778. The application is to apply a variance application to create two lots. And so, Ms. Hartford, if you wanted to take us through your presentation.
Sure, one moment. Share my screen. It is, yeah. Okay, as you said, there is two requests for this application. So the applicant requests approval of a private right-of-way for the development of land to create one lot. And the applicant requests to create two lots of variance with the proposed lot dimensions, and they are in width. You see the subdivision plan here.
Is your mic on? Judy, is your mic on? Sorry.
It is.
Okay, sorry.
I'll talk a little louder. The subdivision plan here, you see there is three lots. There's lot 25-1 that has an existing house, lot 25-2 that has a garden suite, which will then become the main dwelling on the property, and lot 25-3 that would be accessed by a 10-meter right-of-way. So the zoning for this property is the Chamcook rural plan, and it's zoned rural. And as I said, the parent property has a single-family dwelling, accessory structures, and a garden suite, and the area of that property is 2.31 hectares, and surrounding properties consist of residential uses. So the proposal is to create lot 25-1, that's Canadian single family dwelling. That lot does not have any variances requested. Lot 2 is to create lot 25-2, Canadian garden suite. That lot does have a variance request. And lot 3 to create 25-3, accessed by that 10-meter right-of-way, and that does have a variance request in width. The lot standards for the rural zone: lot area is 4,000 meters square, lot frontage of 54 meters, and a lot depth of 38. So the creation of the lots do meet the area and the depth, but will require the variances in the frontage. So variances in width are proposed for lot 25-2 and lot 25-3. C2, other accesses standards in the St. Andrews subdivision bylaw for the purpose of emergency vehicle response and basic subdivision standards. The total length of cul-de-sac or total length measured from the point of access of public maintained road is not greater than 90 meters. And the notification for this PAC meeting was sent to properties within 1,000 meters. The policies that do pertain to this application is a policy to discourage intrusion of incompatible uses in established residential areas, and is a policy to permit residential development that reflects the existing character of the area. And this proposed development does meet both of those. You see, this is the existing dwelling on the property and the existing access. This would be the access to lot 25-2, and you see the garden suite, which will then become the single-family dwelling for lot 25-2. And this would be lot 25-3. So this would be the lot that is accessed by a 10-meter right-of-way. And this lot would be roughly about 3.4 acres. So PAC is asked to consider variances in the width of 2 lots, as well as the creation of a 10-meter wide right-of-way. A flag lot, which would be the lot 25-2, where the cabin is on. It's a flag lot is a lot with much of its area separated from a street by another lot or lots and gains access to the street by a narrow corridor. So that strip of land accessing it would be called the pole, and then the flag portion would be the building area or the building envelope. The requirements for lot sizes are from the standards from public safety for on-site septic systems. So making sure that you have that 4,000 square meters to meet any setbacks from wells, septic, property lines, the building. And with flag lots, you usually see these where it's unusual conditions of topography, size, or shape. So if you have a property that has not enough frontage to do 2 lots, but has a lot of depth and area, you will see that flag lots will you don't really see a flag lot be created in those situations. The legal authority to grant a variance is under Section 78 of Community Planning Act, and it says an advisory committee or commission may, subject to the terms and conditions as considered fit, permit such reasonable variance from the requirements of the subdivision bylaw. And if it is an opinion, the variance is desirable for the development of land and keeping with the general bylaw or intent of the bylaw, sorry. So provided a flag lot has sufficient building envelope to safely accommodate the proposed development and an associated on-site septic disposal system, a considerable variance at width at the minimum setback would not undermine the intent of the subdivision bylaw. And it is an opinion of staff that the proposed variances should be approved as they are reasonable and desirable for the development of land and are within the general intent of the bylaw, given that there is sufficient area to accommodate the proposed services for the development. So for the recommendation, staff recommends that PAC approve the private right-of-way for the development of land as shown on the plan Russel Craig subdivision, phase 1, as the tentative plan meets the standards prescribed for class 2 other accesses. And staff recommends that PAC approve the requested variances in widths to allow for the creation of lot 25-2 with a width of 10 meters and the creation of lot 25-3 with the width of 28 meters, as the variance is reasonable or desirable for the development of land and is within the general intent of the bylaw. That is my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. Anyone from the committee have questions for the planner? Kevin? Mr. Simmons, sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Judy, so the right of way is going up past 25-2 and 25-3. It's on the top side, say, of the picture. Is that the right of way for both 25-2 and 25-3, or are they 25-2? Are they going to access that from that other piece of land on the road? So they're going to, oh, there's a driveway right there at the front of that already. Okay. Okay. That's it.
Thank you. Anyone else? No? Oops.
I'm sorry. Quick question, Judy. Because of the way this lot is set up, and a lot of lots look like the same, the deep lots that are out in this area, do you see a lot of development happening, or do you guys think that development is going to happen like this going forward in this area?
I think anytime that you have a topography where you have a lot that has a lot of acreage, a lot of area, and a lot of depth, but might not have the width, that you will see flag lots. Flag lots are recognized by the province, and because not all bylaws are going to take in consideration of having these very large lots that could be very deep, we do see flag lots fairly often. Typically, they don't come in front of PAC if they meet the developable area and whatnot. But with this application, as there's 2 variances, this is being seen as a whole.
Anything else from the committee? Is the applicant here tonight? And would there be a presentation? No?
The owner is here.
The owner? Okay.
Yep.
If you don't mind coming up to the microphone here to address PAC, thank you.
For the way that back lot is, I don't think anyone ever would develop it. Cause it's just the way the lot is. Cause like you've got a high spot in one end, and it's kind of drops down, so I don't think it would ever be developed for different houses in there, you know what I mean?
Any other questions for the applicant? No? Okay, thanks so much. Appreciate that. And anyone from inside the polling area wanted to make a presentation on this? No? Anybody outside? No? Going once, going twice? All right, well then it's back to the committee. We have a couple of recommended motions on the planning report. And so if anyone wants to take a stab at those or no?
Why not? Make a motion that the Planning Advisory Committee of the Town of St. Andrews approves the following variance and private right-of-way access for 99 Glebe Road, Chamcook PID 01230978 for Russell Craig with the following. Approve the private right-of-way for the development of land as shown on the plan, Russell Craig subdivision phase 1 as the tentative plan that meets the standards prescribed by subdivision bylaw number 23-05, class 2 other accesses. And number 2, approve the requested variances in width to allow for the creation of a lot 25-2 with the width of 10 meters and the creation of lot 25-3 with the width of 28 meters as the variance is reasonable or desirable for the development of the land and is within the general intent of the zoning bylaw.
Thank you, Mr. Simmons. Is there a seconder? Thanks, Mr. Tanner. That's great. Is there some further discussion on this then? No? Seeing none? I will call the question. All those in favor of approving the two variances as described on the planning report, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? None? That motion is carried. Those variances are approved. Moving on. And our next file is PAC 250707. This too is a variance application for Bayview Boulevard in Chamcook, Rob Burns or Bellanada Holdings. This is PID 012, excuse me, 32933. The applicant is looking to vary the minimum width of a remnant property to allow for the creation of 2 lots and for a private right-of-way for the development of land. And once again, Ms. Hartford, if you wouldn't mind taking us through your planning report.
Sure. Okay, and so this also has 2 requests. So consideration of private right-of-way for the development of land to create 2 lots and consideration of variance in the width of a remnant property. You see, this is a subdivision plan here. Bayview Boulevard is labeled on the plan. The 6-meter wide access for the path or for the driving surface is labeled there. Also, the proposed 3-meter path is labeled. You'll see that in the middle here, there's the hammerhead T-turn for the cul-de-sac, and lot 25, 1 and 2, and the remnant strip here that does require a variance as it's only 24 meters. So the zoning is under the Chamcook Planning Area Rural Plan and it's zoned rural. The parent property is vacant with an area of 5.8 hectares. Surrounding properties consist of residential, recreational, and woodland. Proposal is to create 2 lots, leaving the remnant property undersized in width. So it would be a 24-meter width and would require a 30-meter variance. Lot standards for the rural zone: lot area 4,000 meters square, lot frontage of 54, and lot depth of 38. And they are minimums too. So you're going to always see one of them will be larger, typically 54 meters on the road, with a 60 to 70 meter depth to meet that 4,000 meter square. This is a C1 other access, so the standards are a little different. It's a minimum right-of-way, total width of 20 meters. For the purpose of emergency vehicle response and emergency egress, the total length of cul-de-sac or the total length measured from the point of access of a public maintained road is not greater than 365 meters. The maximum vehicle lane width of 3 meters and 2 lanes bidirectional, and a required multi-use path width of 3 meters on one side. And the tentative plan is marked with a temporary turnaround, hammerhead, and a 6-meter roadbed, and a 3-meter multi-use path, which meets the standards prescribed by the bylaw. And notification of this meeting was sent to properties within 1,000 meters. So the policies that pertain to this application are the same as the last one. Is a policy to discourage the intrusion of incompatible uses into established residential areas, and it's policy to permit residential development that reflects the existing character of the area. This would be the access off of St. Andrews North Road, looking down Bayview Boulevard. You see again, this would be the access road and the lots to the left. And again, the lots that are to be created. So PAC is asked to consider the creation of 2 lots on a private access that existed prior to the enactment of Town of St. Andrews subdivision bylaw. So you'll see on the plan, it was marked with the 365 meters. That does go to the second lot. And so the lots would be created within that 365, and that is the maximum length by the bylaw. So because this access was created before the enactment of the subdivision bylaw, it is longer than the 365 meters, but the lots that are being created will be within that 365 meter from St. Andrews North Road. The standards for the minimum lot size do come from public safety, and to ensure that on-site septic systems, you can meet all of your setbacks. So the remnant property, the strip of 24 meters, there would be no development in that. It would be in the larger, what you call like a flag portion would be where you would do all of your development. So no development within that 24 meters. So again, for the legal authority, it's under section 78, where PAC can approve variances to a subdivision bylaw, subject to any terms and conditions as they consider fit. And if it's in the opinion of the committee that the variance is desirable for the development of land in keeping with the general tenet of the bylaw. So provided that a lot has sufficient building envelope to safely accommodate the proposed development and any associated on-site systems, your septic system, your well, your buildings, a considerable variance in width at the minimum setback would not undermine the intent of the subdivision bylaw. So it is opinion of staff that the proposed variances should be approved as is reasonable and desirable for the development of land and within the general intent of the bylaw, given that there is sufficient area to accommodate the proposed services for the development. So for the recommendation, staff recommends that PAC approve the private right-of-way for the development of land as shown on Bellanada Holdings Limited subdivision, as a tentative plan meets the standards prescribed for Class 1 other access. And staff recommends that PAC approve the requested variance to allow for the creation of the remnant property with a width of 24 meters, as the variance is reasonable and desirable for the development of land and within the general intent of the bylaw. That is my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you once more. Anyone from the committee have any questions on this file for Ms. Hartford? Oh, yes, Ms. Mersrow, please.
Thank you. I have, I guess, a couple of questions that stem from this being proposed on a private road. I guess I'm having a hard time reconciling this idea of the multi-use path, in particular, with it being built on a private road, presumably just limited to the residents of the holdings in the private property. That's correct. That's correct. Okay. And that's just a standard bylaw requirement that didn't envision a private. Okay.
So that's the reason for the multi-use path, and that would be on the private access. So the private access is the benefit of the people within that subdivision. So the multi-use path, because you're not in town where you would have infrastructure, you have services, that 3 meters path is to promote connectivity between or in that subdivision.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
The other question is just sort of trying to anticipate impacts to public services from this arising on the private property. So for example, with waste disposal, et cetera, like that is handled this development wouldn't result in additional public resources being used to service this long private road. It would happen at the terminus of it.
That's correct. So once St. Andrews North Road, it comes onto Bayview. There's no more upgrading to that road by DTI or the town. It is solely the responsibility of the property owner. There is a road association, and so the road association could take in that upkeep for that property. Any of the services, busing services, the bus wouldn't go down there. Any garbage services, that would be done at the end of the road, so they would have to bring it up. But there would be no onus on the town to upkeep this road. It would all be done as the road association, and the upkeep would be done by that.
Very good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Chair.
Perfect. Thanks. Anyone else? All right. And is the applicant wanting to make a presentation or answer any questions or? Thank you. Do we have any questions for the applicant? Mr. Ingles? Come on up. Sure. Thanks.
Sorry, just one quick question. Why the 24-meter width?
It allows us to have the two proper or the two desired size lots that we're looking for. And it leaves us with a 24-meter strip between that in the future could be used as a road to access future property development in behind.
So that 24 meters won't be, it's not going to be a buffer strip. It's not going to be anything. It's just going to be left as it is
Left as
now.
is, forested. The T turnaround will be set to the standards of the province. We're going to develop it, clear that small portion so that emergency vehicles will have the opportunity to turn and head back out without becoming trapped, if you will, down at the end of a private road.
Okay, great. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Anyone else? No? All right. So anyone from within the polling area wish to speak on this file? The polling area of? Where am I looking here? Well, PID 01232933? No? Okay. Anyone from outside the polling area? And
We actually have two people online.
was
So just
gonna
give me,
say,
it's the
thank
first
you.
time they popped on at this
Okay.
time. So those that are online, you have, it's your chance to ask questions to PAC or provide comments. Please raise your virtual hand. Give you another call. If you have any comments or questions for PAC on this file, please raise your virtual hand. Gonna say no.
All right, wonderful. All right, so back to the committee. Like the last file, we have the recommended motions as part of our package. If anyone wanted to make a motion, we can start any discussion. Thanks, Councillor Harland. I move that the Planning Advisory Committee for the Town of St. Andrews approves the variance and private right-of-way for Bayview Boulevard, Chamcook, Rob Burns, up Bellanada Holdings Limited, PID 01232933, with the following conditions. 1, approve the private right-of-way for the development of land as shown on the plan, Bellanada Holdings Limited subdivision, as the tentative plan meets the standards prescribed for subdivision bylaw 23-05 for Class 1 and other access. And 2, approve the requested variance in width to allow for the creation of the remnant property with the width of 24 meters as the variance is reasonable or desirable for the development of land and is within the general intent of the zoning bylaw. And I so move. Do we have a seconder for that? Mr. Simmons, thanks so much. Discussion time, if there is any further discussion, questions, comments. If not, I will call the question. All those in favor of approving the two variances as per staff recommendation on the planning report for PID 01232933, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? There being no opposition, that those variances are also approved. That motion is carried. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So I've lost my page. Variance applications.
Just back to the start of your agenda.
Sorry, everyone. What was that?
Just back to the start of your agenda.
Yeah, exactly. But I messed them all up here. So I'm looking for closed items. Here we go. So we have no terms and conditions applications, no sign applications, no new business on the agenda. Any PAC member comments at this time? Mr. Simmons, this is your chance.
It's the last one, right? Really?
Yeah, you're going to say it, aren't you?
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah,
Thanks for your dedicated service to our committee
yeah.
and helping us and keeping us online,
Mm.
especially me sometimes. We've got a plethora of knowledge from you and we appreciate it.
Yeah,
Or at least I appreciate it, but I'm assuming we
Hear,
all
hear.
appreciate it.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Thank you, PAC.
Exciting times, exciting changes for you, Paul. So congratulations. What?
Yes, so Dwight, if you don't know, yes, I have accepted a role as the Chief Administrative Officer of the town of Lunenburg, Nova Scotia. So, thank you. Yeah.
What's it? The last one?
I'm officially done on Friday, so. So Chris is learning here, so
Yeah.
please give him
Yes.
some support as we go through this.
For the record, I've done this before, just so you know.
We'll make sure we get Chris all trained up, right?
Thank
I'd
you,
like
PAC.
to welcome Chris as our new secretary for the PAC.
Maybe he'll finally get it full time. Hey? No, Paul, we wish you well. We sure do. We appreciate everything you've put up with, and I know that the town of Lunenburg will be richer for your service. So thank you very much. Now we have no closed items, and that being the case at 7:26, this meeting is adjourned. Sure. It's off it's off the meeting though. We've adjourned, but you can still ask.
Okay,
The adjourned, you actually,
I haven't.
7:26, didn't you just do the motion to carry and then you can ask the question? Sorry, did I miss the motion to? No, you didn't, you said 7:26 and then the question came up. So,
Okay, all right.
so it's up to you how you want to do it.
Let's
So-
go. Let's do question period.
okay, where I live on the Glebe, I'm on the end closest to St. Andrews. Is it, I know it's DTI. When you come out the end of the Glebe and you look towards St. Andrews Way, you can't see 50 yards to the guardrail. And the DIT's been asked, I work for them, and I've even asked, my neighbors almost got hit and nothing's getting done there. And I don't know if you guys can ask them to do something about that, or who's it up to? Yeah, along the hydro line, and the hydro were there this spring cutting. I'd even asked them, are you guys gonna cut them bushes? And well, it's not on their list, but I've been asked for 2 years now. And but someone's gonna get killed there. There's a lot of traffic in the other trucks. If they come around that corner and they're doing 100, you can't see 50 yards up the road. So I don't know if St. Andrews could ask DTI to do something about it, or.
We'll look at it. It'd be a town issue, not a PAC issue, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I'll just get clarification after the adjournment where you're talking about again.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
At 7:28, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.